Hello to all the good people in the world. I'm Saniqua and welcome to the Say What show, where we'll watch a series of videos from time to time, but we'll also discuss articles and different subject matters as they come to me when I think that it's something that you need to know. And today I would like to discuss about these incandescent light bulbs that the White House is trying to ban. That's what we're going to talk about today. But while you're here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you'll be notified every time I whip up something new for you. And since sharing is caring, I care that you share. So please go ahead and share. You can share now, you can share later, you can share now and later. I don't care how you do it, but there's no amount of time to how many times you can share my content that I will be mad at you. Okay? I don't be mad. I be glad. Okay? That's what I try to do. I try to practice gratitude. But in the meantime, in between time, because I don't want to hold you for long, let's get into this discussion, okay? Hey, I just want to talk some shit. Why? Because the Biden administration found the time to implement a ban on incandescent light bulbs starting next week in favor of energy efficient bulbs. What? I hope they those LED lights, cause I swear when they start putting these LED lights up in the streets, that people start getting sick too. That's another situation. Y'all know about the LED lights? They help cause cancer, radiation, and shit shooting from them motherfuckers too. Following a years-long bipartisan effort to phase out the bulbs after earlier regulations and standards were blocked by former President Donald Trump. I mean, because he probably like, what the fuck are we, are you serious? Light bulbs? He probably was like, get this shit off my desk. What the fuck are we talking about light bulbs for when there's more serious things going on in the world today? The Department of Energy approved new rules for light bulbs last year that would take effect on August 1st, including a new minimum standard for light bulbs at 45 lumens or brightness per watt, an increase over the average 12 to 18 lumens per watt per incandescent lights. See, I don't know about that situation right there, about these lumens situation, but let's keep going because I just want to see what the hell they talking about here. This is just weird to me that this is even a conversation or even something. There go them LEDs. Let's keep going. Retailers will be prohibited from selling any bulbs. Damn, this is crazy. When they talking about a ban, they gonna stop the stores from selling these bulbs. And I could have sworn a black man came up with this light bulb. And Tom, was it Tom? How you say his name? Oh, the thief, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison. But Thomas Edison. No, Lord. We glitching? Nah. You gotta turn that off. They want you to see. So when you said it, they put you in there. Thomas Edison. They put you in there. I'm just joking. But including incandescent bulbs that don't match the new standard. So households using any existing bulbs that does not meet the standard will not be required to stop using them. So they're not going to come to your house, knock on your door, and try to see what light bulbs you got in your linen closet. And if you still got the incandescent light bulbs, you got to go to jail or pay a fine. They're not going to go that far. That's a good thing. But let's see. You can go ahead and use all them bulbs up. The decision was meant to conserve energy and help consumers save on their energy bills. They ain't trying to save on our energy bills. They can give us energy for free, goddamn it. Talking about save on the energy bills. They stealing energy. I swear to God, in the water, in Lake Michigan, they got these little energy areas that's sucking up. You know what I'm saying? Water, I swear they're using water for electricity, which is, I don't know. I don't know. There's no guarantee, but I'm just saying. As more energy efficient bulbs like LEDs use at least 75% less energy. See, that's what I said. So these LEDs are known for emitting off radiation and for, heightening the chance of cancer or cancerous cells or mutations and things like that. They first start putting them in the street. Now they're going to force them into our houses. Like, this shit is crazy. And it's like they're just gonna try to, take us out. It's always seem like the bottom line is still population control. Whether it's the viruses they release, the vaccines they release, um, the radiation, the shit they're spraying, what they're doing to our food, the regulations that are not enforced when it comes to the FDA and the USDA, whatever it's called, for the meat and shit like that, and whatever substances and stuff is sold on our shelves in stores, then hey, now they coming for us with the lights that's around us. But anyway, but it's 75, at least 75% less energy, and lasts up to 25 times longer than incandescent bulbs, according to the department. But what they gonna do about all these excess clothes and shit that's piling up in the water? In the areas where certain third world countries, and all the garbage that's adding up and shit like that. What they gonna do about that? But we're gonna talk about these bulbs. According to the department, an effort to phase out less efficient bulbs was initiated by former President George W. Bush. Hmm whose Energy Independence and Security Act in 2007 called for household light bulbs to have about 25% greater efficiency. This big brother mentality is something else, boy, when they start coming to your house talking about the bulbs you using. This is just so crazy. Though it did not outright ban incandescent bulbs, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. Bet you was something behind it. Bet you was something in them bulbs they want to pull, a material they want to pull from them bulbs. Former President Barack Obama added two new regulations to the act in 2017. Whatever Obama didn't finish picking up all the time, which would have effectively phased out incandescent bulbs and other specialty bulbs like candle-shaped bulbs used in ancient times back in the day, but they say used in chandeliers. By January 2020, according to the EPA. So the Department of Energy later blocked the regulations during Trump's presidency in 2019 after Trump, who said energy efficient bulbs Americans were being forced to use, made him look orange. Hilarious. Advocated against them and other environmental regulations. There are something else, I swear to God. These quote unquote environmental regulations be to benefit them, when it comes to money, not so much to us and our health. Let me see what else they got going on here. It says big number, $3 billion. That's how much the Department of Energy estimates Americans will save in total on utility bills by using energy efficient bulbs for a full year, but you're going to die much quicker. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I don't know. Chief critic, Representative Pat Fallon, Republican Texas, told Political a decision to phase out incandescent light bulbs is just another example of Biden administration's tidal wave of regulatory burdens crashing down on American families. Representative Scott Perry, Republican representative in Pennsylvania, said last week the ban was part of Biden's regulatory assault on home appliances. Like, I'm just saying too, right? So if they can control your light bulbs, next they're gonna control the amount of time electricity you use in your house. They're gonna tell y'all that lights out 9 o'clock, like you in the military or prison. This shit is crazy. It's just some weird shit going on behind this situation right here. Let me see what else they saying right here. Contra. So Joe Vukovich, an advocate at the Natural Resources Defense Council, said the U.S. is long overdue to phase out inefficient, old-fashioned light bulbs. Charlie Harrock, an attorney at the National Consumer Law Center, said a preference for energy-efficient bulbs would benefit households with disproportionately higher energy burdens. This is all bullshit, but okay, we're gonna keep going with it. Tangent. An effort to phase out incandescent light bulbs comes amid concerns they contribute to climate change. I don't know how, when it seemed like they probably will overheat shit more than a regular light bulb, but we're gonna look that up. The Department of Energy estimates about 5% of global carbon greenhouse gas emissions are attributed to lighting, while bulbs that are less energy efficient, like incandescent bulbs, contribute more because they produce more heat. So they're saying that those bulbs produce more heat than LED. You don't know what to say. So the new regulations are expected to cut carbon emissions by 222 million metric tons, an amount equivalent to emissions 28 generated by 28 million homes in 1 year over the next 30 years, according to the department. But I bet you they're not going to do nothing about all the carbon emissions that come from all those damn private planes and shit they be flying up in our sky, and all them goddamn trips they be quote unquote taking to outer space, or all them fucking bomb or tests or whatever explosions and shit they be doing, and all that oil they be dropping and spilling into our oceans and shit like that. What about them carbon emissions and things like, I don't know, or the greenhouse effects and shit of that? No, they want to control our light bulbs. It just, like I said, I can't believe the reason why they coming with. Let's see here, and they say key background. An estimated 30% of U.S. households use incandescent or halogen incandescent light bulbs in 2020. According to the Department of Energy, regulations or less efficient bulbs have faced opposition over the last 2 decades. As some Republicans argued, the rules violated personal freedom. Whatever. Things change, but like, why are they changing? Is the whole point, and who does it really benefit when they change? While others, including former Senator John Warner, a Republican from Virginia, argued using energy efficient bulbs was more cost efficient. For who? They say for us, but is it also for them? It's going to make somebody a lot of money, okay? Please believe me. Jim Presswood, Energy Policy Director for the Natural Resources Defense Council, said in a 2011 statement that consumers, the economy, and the environment would suffer if the regulations were not approved. But what about everything else y'all doing? What about everything else y'all doing that's causing the planet to go crazy? Y'all wondering why all the animals of the sea and the ocean is attacking people out there on the water and coming onto the beaches and attacking people and shit like that? Because they tired of us. We fucking up the planet and they know it, and something is telling them, like, you know what? It's either us or them. They want y'all ass to speak up. You don't do nothing about it. It's going to get real ugly out here. Okay, just to give y'all some background on LEDs, just a little bit. I found like a science article on, I think it's called PubMed. Let me see the name of this. Yeah, PubMed Advanced National Library of Medicine. National Center for Biotechnological Information. Okay. NIH. We heard of them before, right? Okay. This was published, the article I'm about to read. This was published, it says November 2020. And it's on, and this person's name, God bless me if I mess it up. But I think it's Evan Tuatu and Sebastian Point. These are probably the two, people that the journalists that put this together are writers. This is about the effects and mechanisms of action of light emitting diodes on the human retina and eternal clock. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down real quick. Now, remember I already said that LED supposedly can give cancer. I put that out there already, but now we're going to read what the scientists say. Okay, I always say, don't take what I say, okay, because it's, just my opinions and my thoughts on things. But when it's people who actually go to school for it and who specialize in the field on the subject matters that I'm speaking on, and they say the same thing I'm saying, which gives the stamp of approval on what I'm saying, then we riding, okay? So let's go ahead and read this real quick. So it starts out with abstract. While light-emitting diodes, LEDs, will likely become the most used lighting devices worldly in the future because of their very low prices over the course of their long lifespan, which can be up to several tens of thousands of hours. Okay, now I'm just thinking, they saying it's going to save us a lot of money as consumers, as far as with our energy bill using LED lights, right? But like like I said, they're gonna get more money. Like they're not getting more money just off the fact that, yeah, you're not gonna be using as much energy, but like I said, you'll be getting sicker over time, which means that you'll end up having to go to the hospital more, rely on the field of medicine, the pharmaceutical companies and things like that, or psychiatric drugs, or you can't sleep at night, so you gotta get some melatonin or whatever, then, it benefits them, okay? The other way around. And also, I think it would dumb you down too over time. I don't think they touched on what LEDs do to the brain function as far as your cognitive skills go. But I'm quite sure it dumbs you down that way too. Okay, like I said, these are just my opinions and my thoughts. But somebody who went to school and know about this shit probably be like, she may be on to something. But let's read this article. So where we at? White light emitting diodes will likely become the most used lighting devices worldwide in the future. This is 2020, it's 2023, that's the future, because of their very low prices over the course of their long lifespan, which can be up to several tens of thousands of hours. The expansion of LED use in both urban and domestic lighting has prompted questions regarding their possible health effects because the light that they provide is potentially high in the harmful blue band, 400 to 500 nanometers. That's in parentheses. Of the visible light spectrum. Research on the potential effects of LEDs and their blue band on human health has followed three main directions. One, examining their retinal phototoxicity. Two, examining disruption of the internal clock, i.e., an out of sync clock in shift workers and night workers, including the accompanying health issues, most concerningly, an increased relative risk of cancer. And three, examining risky, inappropriate late night use of smartphones and consoles among children and adolescents. Now, I didn't even think about the phones because the phones got LED too. First, I noticed they switched out the lights, and I think that was like between 2018 and 20. They were switching out the lights on the street, and that's when I started being like, why are they switching our lights to these lights? These lights are weird. Like, there's something going on with these lights. And I started looking into LEDs, and that's when I saw about the radiation coming off of them, or whatever it is that's causing cancer, things like that. And I'm like, oh, this is some bullshit right here. And now I see they're trying to get it all in our house. They got it on the phones, you know what I'm saying? So we're using the phones and we hooked on these phones, okay? And you gotta admit, when you use these phones, you can't sleep. You can't sleep, especially if you own them all night. A lot of people having sleeping issues. But let's keep on going where we leave off at. Okay, so here we document the recognized or potential health issues associated with LED lighting together with their underlying mechanisms of action. There is so far no evidence that LED lighting is deleterious to human retina under normal use. However, exposure to artificial light at night is a new source of pollution. And look how they play with those words, right? They're going to say that it's not deleterious to the human retina, but it's pollution. Okay, isn't pollution harmful? Isn't it? Doesn't pollution, exposure to so much pollution can cause harm and be detrimental or deleterious because of its effects on the circadian clock. Okay. Blue rich light, including cold white LEDs, should be considered a new endocrine disruptor. Endocrine, and not endocrine, but endocrine disruptor. Okay, from what I remember, endocrine system in your body deals with the release of hormones from your organs to help regulate your body. Okay, so this, they said should be considered a new endocrine disruptor. Okay, that could be deleterious. Okay, maybe not to the eyeballs, but now you're talking about my body, though, my organs, my hormones, and how things are released, because it affects estrogen. Oh my God. They're talking about the estrogen secretion. So it can affect estrogen secretion and has unhealthful consequences in women, as demonstrated to occur via a complex mechanism. Y'all thought they was just coming for men and trying to emasculate. That's the word. Y'all be worried about the men and all the emasculation going on to them and shit, right? But it's a war even on women, okay? Like they I don't think they want us to even, be able to reproduce. I think that everything that's going on is an attack. Like I said, population control. Even what's going on with everyone, just being gay. Even they just being gay for a little while, just to do it because it's cool, and then they decide later, oh, I want my dick back after they got it cut off, or like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's deep out here. But keywords in this article, just take this with you when you go about your day. These keywords for these new LED, like I say, they're new because they've been around for a while, but now they're going to be around more because, like I said, we may not think it's important, but apparently your White House, your Biden administration thought it was very important to conduct a meeting to ban incandescent light bulbs so that they can enforce LED lights into our house so we can use them more. And if it does all this, what do you think? Okay, so take these keywords with you, okay? The keywords: biological clock, blue light, electronic media, endocrine disruptor, environmental synthesizers, light at night, melatonin, and I'm going to throw in decrease, okay? Then you got night work. They're going to put that in there because, shit, if you can't sleep, you're going to be up at night. Shit, like I'd be up at night doing these videos, editing. Retinal phototoxicity, even though they said there's no proof of that yet, but I'm quite sure it has something to do with that too. They just don't know yet. Shift work and sleep disorders. They ain't throwing there as far as people becoming infertile, but I'm quite sure that's a part of it too. Infertile, and like I said, brain issues. People gonna have some brain issues. I don't know what kind of brain issues, but it's gonna cause some brain issues. This is deep right here. So yeah, I just wanted to drop that tea on y'all. Y'all do what y'all gonna do with it. But whatever you're doing today, I just hope that you are safe and that you continue to have a blessed day. But keep those eyes open too, baby, because they try to take us out one way or the other. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and notify.